Hi everybody, welcome to today's session. Sorry that my garage looks a little bit of a mess today. We had somebody in at the weekend to board out the rafters, so I've got lots of muddy footprints, if you can see over there, which I haven't had time to clear up, but I'm sure it won't affect our class too much. Let's get started. So we're going to start with our stretches to our neck. Excuse me. So we're going to tip the head over to one side. Take one hand across on the ear. So you're pulling your other ear towards your shoulder and reaching one arm long and away. We're just holding here. Taking nice deep breaths in and out. We're swapping sides, so we're tipping over. Take the hand across on the head, reaching the arm away. We're going to do one more time on each side, tipping over. Hand comes across, reaching the arm away. Last time, tipping over, the arm reaches away. Good, for now we're going to do our breathing. I'll just move this back a little bit. So you're going to be laying down on your mat. You're going to take your knees bent, feet on the floor. You're looking up towards the ceiling. And you should have a neutral position in your lower back. So you want to have that slight curve under the lower spine. Just rest the arms down beside you. And from here, excuse me, we're just taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, out through a pursed lip. So as you're taking nice deep breaths in and out, I want you to think about the position of your hips. So imagine there's a torch on each hip bone and they're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. We're keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. The shoulders are away from your ears. And your chest is nice and open here. Keeping the weight even through those feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. Just starting to gently tighten through your tummy. The next time that you breathe out, I'd like you to tuck the pelvis under. So you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. So we're tucking under to flatten, holding there. Releasing out to neutral. So as you're finding that tucked under position, you're trying to get a nice flat back into your mat. And we're using just the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move. For this next one, we're going to hold that flat back position. So tucking under to hold. So you're keeping that nice strong flat back position. And from here we're going to start to tighten the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale to tighten. Inhale to release. Tightening all the way in. And release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. And as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction. So 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. Tightening in. And release. So now as we're tightening, we want to keep that upper body nice and relaxed. Just remember your shoulders are away from the ears. Your chest is nice and open. So if you're feeling tense, just rotate those hands up towards the ceiling. We're pulling the tummy all the way down towards the spine. Keeping the weight even through those feet. Big toe, little toe, and heel. Let's half one last time. So 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting. Something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. So keeping that nice strong flat back position, using your tummy muscles and your pelvic floor. We're going to take both legs up into tabletop. So bring your knees above your hips. Shins are parallel to the ceiling. And we're going to go into toe taps. So you're going to tap one toe down towards the floor, lifting up. We're tapping down. And lift. Tap down. And lift. Keeping that flat back so your tummy's pulled down. You're using your pelvic floor. Relax those shoulders. Deep breaths. Let's take two more on each side. Tapping down and lift. tap down, and lift. One more on each side, tap down, and lift, tap down, and lift. From there, hug both of your knees in towards your chest. And then we're going to go onto our hands and knees for our stretch in our back. So we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. The knees are underneath the hips. We're going to get that tummy nice and tightened. As you breathe out, you're going to tuck the pelvis under. So you start to curve the back, arching the spine, dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to let the pelvis go back to your start position, working through the spine, lifting the head, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold. And we're releasing out through the spine. Your head is the last thing to lift. So we want to get lots of movement through our back. So we're working into each section piece by piece. Slowing down any areas that are feeling stiff or sore. So as we're curving the back, we're pulling the tummy all the way in. And as you're releasing out through the spine, we get the shoulders away from the ears. Let's take two more here. So we're tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, then we're releasing out through the spine, piece by piece, to lift up. Last one here, tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold. We're going to release back out through the spine, piece by piece. Lifting the head. From here, pushing back into a shell stretch position. Bottom to the feet. Reaching the arms forwards. And then we're going to be on our sides for our chest opening stretch. Just bear with me. You can grab a drink if you need one. Okay, so as you lay on your side, we take the knees bent, legs together. We're laying down with those arms nice and long and in front of you. So we're going to lift the top arm up so your fingertips point to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, we're twisting away towards the opposite wall. Holding here to take a nice stretch. Before lifting back up and over to come back down palm to palm. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. Twisting away. We hold. Before coming back up and over. To come back down, palm to palm. So we want to keep those legs glued together and grounded. In order to get this twist through the waist. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. Keep the arm reaching long, fingertips to the armpit. So that you're really stretching the arm, opening the chest. Looking at that hand for as long as you can. Making sure there's a good range of movement through the head. Let's take 2 more here, lifting up fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here. Before coming up and over. To come down, palm to palm. Last one, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. Holding here, we stretch. Before lifting up and over. To come down, palm to palm. We're swapping sides. Excuse me, so you can either roll over to face the other way, or change the end of your mat that you're laying at. So remember, knees are bent. Excuse me, sorry. Arms are nice and long, resting that head down. Lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away, holding here to take that stretch. Before lifting back, up and over, bring the head with you. To come down, palm to palm. We're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you. We're twisting away. Holding here to stretch. Before lifting back, up and over. To come down, palm to palm. So remember, legs are glued together and grounded. We want to get this twist through our waists. Opening up that chest. Stretching the arm from the fingertips to the armpits. So you're lengthening. We're taking nice deep breaths. Looking at that hand for as long as you can. Maintaining a good range of movement on both sides of the head. Let's take 2 more on this side, so we're lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. Holding here, we stretch. Before lifting back, up and over. To come down, palm to palm. Last one, lifting up, fingertips to the ceiling. Taking the head with you, twisting away. We hold. Before lifting back, up and over. To come down, palm to palm. From there, we take a full body stretch. You can roll onto your back if you want to. We are going to be on our backs for the next exercise. If you need a drink, then grab one. So laying on your back with your knees bent, feet on the floor, looking up towards the ceiling. Arms are resting down beside you. From here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in to nod the head, chin to chest. As you exhale, lift your shoulders, reaching the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control yourself back down. Chin to chest, lifting up. We hold. Control back down. So you want to use your tummy muscles to lift you. You're pulling your belly button all the way down. This chin to chest position is here to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So think big nod of the head, then pull the tummy down. We're using the pelvic floor to make sure you're really tightening. And get those shoulders away from the ears. So use that reach of your arms to get them down and away. We've got two more here, then we're changing the arms. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, we hold. Control back down, last one here, chin to chest, lifting up, we hold, control back down. So we're going to reach over and across the body. We're still going to take a breath in to nod the head, exhale to lift. This time you're going to reach your hand over towards that knee, the opposite knee. The other arm just stays resting beside you. Come back to the centre, control back down, swapping sides, chin to chest, we lift, reach the arm over, back to the centre, and down. So you're swapping sides each time. If you need to support the head, you can take both of your hands behind your head, not your neck, and then as you reach, you just bring one arm away, and the other arm is still supporting. We're still using our chin to chest position, whether you're supporting the head or not. Keep the tummy and the pelvic floor working, getting that gentle twist across the body. We've got two more on each side, chin to chest, lifting up, reaching over. Centre and down, chin to chest, lifting up, reaching over to the centre and down, last one on each side, chin to chest, we lift, reach over, centre and down, last one, chin to chest, we lift, reach over, centre, excuse me, and down. From there, hug those knees into your chest. And then we're going to be on our knees or on our fronts, depending on what's more comfortable for you. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. So if you're laying on your front because your knees don't like bearing a lot of weight on them, And take your legs out long and behind you, and your hands will be mat width apart in line with your ears. And from there, you're going to be doing your chest lifts. If you're kneeling, bring those knees underneath the hips. Be tall through the upper body, so don't let the upper body drop. We're kind of like in a tall, lifted position, but the chin is just dropped slightly to keep the neck relaxed. Arms rest down beside you and get those shoulders away from the ears. Try and have your feet resting down. If you really cramp up, tuck them under just to give you that little bit of a stretch in the calf. As you're taking a nice deep breath in, tighten through your tummy and start to lean away from your legs using your knees. Exhale, squeeze your bottom to drive yourself forwards. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. Inhale back, tighten that tummy. Squeezing the bottom, push yourself forwards. Coming back. Squeeze to lift. We're leaning back. Squeeze to lift. Remember those shoulders are relaxed. That slight chin to chest position. Using your breath. So the breath out on the way back up is going to really help you to drive you up. We've got 2 more like this. Last one, inhale back. Exhale to lift. From here we're going to change our arms. If you're on your front with your arms beside you, you're taking your hands one on top of the other and onto your forehead. Same thing if you're knelt up. So you're going to be either in this position with your hands on your forehead, or if you prefer, take them behind your head. Having them on your forehead is quite difficult to keep that chest open. So if you feel like your arms are going to start to close, bring them behind your head where they're forced to open out a little bit more. And your movement is exactly the same. Breathing in to lean back. Exhale to lift up. You might not be able to lean as far here, that doesn't matter. Leaning back. Squeeze forwards. We're leaning back. Squeeze. Remember, we've got that chin to chest position. Relaxing the neck. We still want the shoulders to be down. Let's take 2 more here. Inhale back, tighten your tummy. Exhale, lift. Inhale back. Exhale to lift. And then relax those arms. And push yourself back into a shell stretch, bottom to the feet. Reaching those arms out long. Then we're going to be going into the 100. Grab a drink if you need one. So we're going to be on our back. As you're laying down on your back, you're going to be looking up towards the ceiling. I want you to take your knees bent and feet on the floor just while we talk through what we're going to do. So I'll talk you through, demonstrate what I can, and then we'll all go together. So you're going to be in a flat back position. So you'll want to have your pelvis tucked under so your lower spine is in contact with the floor. From there, your legs will be lifted into a long position. Now this doesn't matter if you need to keep the legs quite bent. It is the longest position that you can maintain. I know I bang on about this every time, but I see so many people in classes where they really struggle in that full straight position and have to stop. And I would rather that you're comfortable and can finish the exercise. So if you want that bend, then put it in. From there, if your neck is sore, keep looking up to the ceiling. If you're able to lift, you'll be chin to chest, arms long. The arms are going to be beating up and down with your palms facing the floor. 5 as you breathe in, 5 as you breathe out. So it will look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, your hands will be behind your head. Keeping your legs long, you're going into 2 sets of 8s, sitting up towards those legs. Don't look at your feet. Keep that chin to chest position. After you've done 2 sets of 8 there, you're going to go into 2 sets of 8, reaching for the alternating leg. Okay, you can still support the head with one hand if you need to, then you're reaching across. Once you've done 2 sets of 8 there, you relax, hug the knees in, and we take a stretch. I will talk you through everything so that you know what's going on. So we're going to find a strong flat back position, tuck under. From there, lift your legs and lengthen them as much as you can. Okay, keep that bend if you need to. Chin to chest, lift those shoulders, get your arms nice and long. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, but your hands behind your head. We've got our sit-ups for 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching across for 8, 7, 6. Tummy's in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing there. Hug those knees in. From there, bring yourself into a full body stretch. Give the legs a little shake out if you need to. And then bring yourself up to sitting. Good, I'll just get rid of this. Okay, so we're going to do our stretching. So I'm going to put in the pigeon stretch here just to make sure that we've got time for it, because sometimes I plan to have it at the end and then I get a bit carried away with the planks. So we're going to do the pigeon stretch in the middle here, and if we have time to stretch at the end, I'll put something else in. So we did the pigeon stretch on Friday, I think it was, at the very end of the session, so I'll talk you through the positions that you can use. So, for a full pigeon stretch, you have one leg tucked in front and one leg long and behind. I'll do this facing you so that you can see what I'm doing. So the full stretch is one leg tucked in front and one leg behind. Hopefully you can see that. I know I'm in quite dark clothing. If this position in front is really uncomfortable in either your knees or your hips, then all you're going to do is bring one foot forwards, so your knee is bent on the floor, and the other leg is behind you. Long or bent, does not matter. It's the same stretch into the same positions. For me, this is more uncomfortable in my hip. Okay, so try both and see which you prefer. So, choose which one you want to do. And then once you're in that position, I want you to either be on long arms, with the chest nice and lifted, stretching up, or dropping yourself down to the floor. You can start high, and then if you feel comfortable, drop down later, it doesn't matter. Whilst you're here holding, I want you to take those nice deep breaths in and out we've been practicing. So really breathing into that stretch. So where you want to feel this is inside and around the outside of this leg. So more up the side of this leg that's long, doesn't matter if you need to bend that knee or tuck the toes under. Where you want this stretch is in the hip, in that lengthened position. So your thigh, the top of your leg, should be long regardless, and that's where you want that lengthened stretch to be. If you're feeling it in different places, don't worry, because it will depend on where you're tight. So now if you're high and you feel comfortable, drop down. Again, nice deep breaths. So this stretch is great because you're working on stretching the outside of one thigh and the front of the other, and lengthening those internal hip muscles. From here, we're going to relax out of that stretch, so take your time if you need to untangle yourself. And we're obviously going to go on to the other side. It doesn't matter if on one side you're in full pigeon and on the other side you're in lunge position. Just work with whatever is comfortable for you. So you're either bringing the leg in front in a bent position, or it's just stepped in front with your foot by your hand. That back leg is either long and reaching or slightly bent. I'm bent here because this is my bad hip. So where I'm lengthening here, this is uncomfortable. You might feel hip pain in a different way, and that will depend on what is causing you that pain. I'm obviously not a doctor or physio, but for me, I think mine is pelvic girdle pain and my hip flexors, and so that's why this, where it's lengthening those muscles, is uncomfortable for me. Whereas this, which should be relaxing them, letting them just sit there, is more comfortable. So remember, chest is lifted and you're looking up if you're in that tall position. Nice deep breaths in and out. If you can, dropping down. You can always come back up if it's too uncomfortable. Holding those nice long stretches, getting those deep breaths. Good, from there we're relaxing. I'm going to come into our frog stretch. So soles of the feet are together. Those knees are nice and wide. Just give them a little bounce out, especially if you have suffered from anything internally through those hips being uncomfortable. If any of this hip talk isn't making any sense and you have questions on it, drop me a message and I'll try and help you. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or physio, so I can't diagnose, but I may have a rough idea of where it could be causing you pain, because I'm also a sports massage therapist. So if you do have a question, feel free to message me. And then just stop that bouncing and hold onto the feet and pull yourself forwards. Press those elbows into the legs if you can. Good, relaxing there. From there, we're going to be on our backs again. So for you, just laying down those knees, bent feet on the floor, just going to do a little bit of work in our flat back position. So tucking under, finding that nice flat back. You're looking up to the ceiling. From there, you're going to lift those legs into tabletop. So remember, your knees will be over your hips, shins will be parallel to the ceiling. If you want to make that position harder, so you're working more through your tummy, your legs will start to angle away in front of your hips. Shins will still be parallel to the ceiling. If that's confusing, just stay with that right angle position, okay? From there, nod your head, lift your shoulders, get the arms nice and long. As you're breathing out, I want you to reach one leg long and away from you, the other leg stays bent. Inhale to come back to the centre. Sorry, your hands are by your knees, that's me lying to you there. Then as you reach one leg away, just bring both hands to the knee and back in. So I want your leg to travel as long as it can, so as far away from you as possible. It doesn't matter how high or low it lifts. So if you're struggling to keep your flat back and pulling your tummy and using your pelvic floor isn't helping, then don't take your leg as low. Your legs shouldn't be touching the floor, just hovering away is fine if it is in a low position, but don't let it touch. Nice deep breaths, keep your chin to chest position. We've got two more like this, reaching long and away. Back into the centre, we're reaching long and away. Back to the centre, one more on each side, reach long and away. To the centre last time, reach long and away. And to the centre. From there, hug those knees in. Good, we're staying on our flat backs. Just check that position is nice and strong. And again, those legs are in tabletop. This time your hands are coming behind your head. So we've got a little twist in again, which we've used a couple of times already today, to work the sides of the waist. Chin to chest, lift those shoulders. You're still going to take one leg out, nice and long and away from you, but here, I want you to twist your upper body towards the knee that you've left behind. Inhale to come back to the centre with the leg and the body. Then we swap sides, reach the leg nice and long. Twisting over. Come back to the centre. And we swap, reaching over. And centre. Reaching over. And centre. So again, get that length in the leg. Your leg shouldn't be bending just because you're thinking about that twist. Let's take two more on each side, reaching long and twist. Find your flat back in the centre. Reaching long and twist. And back to the centre. One more time each side. Reaching long and twist. Back to the centre, reaching long and twist. Back to the centre, hug those knees in. This time just rock yourself from side to side. From here we're going to come up into a seated or knelt position. You can stand if you prefer. We're going to do some little arm stretches that we did a little bit last week. If you like to use weights when you do your arm things, you can grab them. So, I'll just get rid of this. So when we're doing our reaches up to the ceiling and out to the side. So you can stand, like I said, if you need to. So the idea is your arms are long and you're leaning into one side. So this arm isn't necessarily bending, it's relaxing slightly, and this arm is reaching up further. So you're getting a stretch here, whilst this side relaxes, and then you swap. We're going to do 2 sets of 8 like that. Relax. Then we're going to do 2 sets of 8, reach, reach. So with this one, you're thinking of somebody pushing you in here, so you're hinging. Again, you're lengthening this bit of the waist. Reaching. Try and keep your lower body quite still. If you're standing, that'll be harder and your hips might start to move. If you're kneeling, they won't be able to move as much because they're supporting your body. 2 sets of 8 there, short rest. Then we'll go again, reaching, 2 sets of 8, reaching, 2 sets of 8. So if you've got your weights, your baked bean tins, grab them if you want to challenge yourself more. So his arms are nice and high and long. Look up, it will help to just lengthen the whole of the front of your body. So we're going to be reaching, sorry, just make my trousers more comfortable. We're going to be reaching and stretching here for 8, 7, breathe, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more. Reach, reach. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms out to the side. Don't let them drop. To the sides for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Still breathing. 3, 2, 1. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the arms down. We're going again. Arms up. We're reaching for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax those arms, gives them a nice shake. Good. From here, we're going to be on our hands and knees. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. So from here, on your hands and knees, tuck those toes under. So remember that if your wrists are sore and your arms might also be quite sore here from just now, drop down to your forearms, just to rest the arms, rest the wrists. But if you do that, your forearms are parallel to one another. Don't let them cross in or open out, okay? Keep them parallel, just to keep those shoulders in line. As you breathe out, remember to press into your hands and your feet as you pull the tummy all the way in, lifting your knees just an inch or so from the mat. So we're lifting up, inhale down. Lifting up, inhale down. So thinking tummy is lifting you, hands and feet are there for support. So it's just to hover from the floor as you lift those knees off and down. Try to make sure that you're not lifting your head too much or dropping that head down. So if you're on your forearms, you're just looking straight down to the floor. If you're on long arms, then you're looking just past those fingertips. Let's take 4 more here. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Lifting up and down. Last one. Lifting up and down. From here, just take a stretch back, reach those arms forwards, rolling those wrists. Okay, from here, we're going to go into our planks. You guys are going to need to all stand up and be one end of your mat. I'm going to stay kneeling. I'm going to try and demo and talk through while I'm in a knelt position. Hopefully it will work. right on cue, my phone just fell out of the my holder, so let me just get that in and then we can finish the class. 2 seconds. Sorry about that. You won't be missing out on the plank, don't worry. Let me just check. This might mean I can do it so that I'm standing, so hang on. Let's see how we go. Okay, that works really, really well actually. That might have just been meant to happen. So as you're standing, stand right at the end of your mat. So the rest of the mat is in front of you. So if you come to class usually, you'll have done this one with me before, but not for quite a while. If not, we're going to be walking out as far into a plank as we can. I obviously can't go into a plank, so I'm going to drop to my knees when we get to that bit. But hopefully it'll still make sense. So start standing really tall. From here, I want you to roll down through your body and really think about rolling through each section of your spine, and then you're going to be reaching down to the floor. Doesn't matter if you can't touch the floor, okay? That does not matter at all. I used to be able to get my hands flat, now my belly's in the way, I definitely can't. If you're not reaching the floor, bend your knees until you can touch the mat. From here, I'm going to start to walk your hands forwards. And you're going to walk as far forwards as you can go. If that's just into a downward dog, that's fine, that's where you hold. If you're able to walk yourself all the way out into plank, obviously your knees will be lifted, and you're going to hold your plank. Wherever you are, breathe in and out. Then you're going to start to walk your hands back in towards those feet. Bend the knees if you have to. Rolling yourself all the way up to standing. Okay, and then when you're ready, we just go again. Rolling down through the spine. Taking your time as you reach for the floor. Bending those knees, touch your mat, and start to walk yourself out. You're going as far as you can. If that's just a downward dog, that's where you hold. If you can, come all the way forwards into that plank. Holding here, breathing in and out. Start to walk yourself back. Bending the knees if you need to. Rolling up through the spine. So really concentrating on this roll down and up as well as the plank. So you're looking chin to chest, then start to round those shoulders. So you want to get as much movement through your back as you possibly can. There's no rush, take your time. As you walk those hands forwards, you can keep the bend in your knees if you need to. Just taking your time as you come into that position wherever it is. Take your breath in and out before you start to walk yourself back. Rolling up. So like I said, we want to concentrate on that roll down and the roll up as well as the plank. But I also want you to think lots about your breathing, so nice and controlled. The stretching of those arms. If you know that your legs are super tight, pause in that downward dog. Get a stretch through the legs before you start to walk yourself any further. All just really nice and controlled. You're just working to your ability. So it doesn't matter if you're not in that full plank. Done a lot of planks over the last 11 or so weeks, so don't panic if you're not there. You're just keeping these at your own pace. Think about a nice stretch through that back. So you're going from tall to articulating to unfolding back into that long plank position. So your spine is long and reaching. Head is lifted. Don't let the head drop. In that plank, you're looking forwards. So we're going to do 2 more here. Really taking your time with the roll down and the roll up. So you're thinking about each vertebrae moving one by one. You might have some bits that clunk. I definitely used to have a lot more range of movement down my lower back than I do now. So this is a really good one. Just the roll up and the roll down, to be honest. If you are sitting at a desk or on a chair for a lot of your day, because you're then getting the movement back, especially in your lower back. That's where people seize up. Especially if you find your shoulders are quite a rounded position from hunching over a computer all day. This is our last one here. I know that my husband, who sits at a desk all day, would definitely benefit from this if he could do it more frequently. So take your time on that walk out. Coming into that last plank position. Walking those hands back in. Take your time with this roll up. Stack each vertebrae back. One on top of the other. And lift that head. Well done with those planks, fantastic. Okay, I'm still going to kneel down for this last stretch. You can stay standing, just because I'm in shot a little bit better. The camera falling off was clearly meant to be. So we're just going to take our roll back of the shoulders. And forwards. Bring those arms out to the sides. Lift up. Reach over. Come back into the centre. Lifting up. Reaching over. Well, one more time on each side. We're lifting up. Then stretch over. We're lifting up. Stretching over. And relax there. That's you finished for today. Well done everyone today, especially if you managed those planks. Really, really great job. I'm sorry for the camera falling off. I'm like fingers crossed every day that doesn't happen again. Hopefully it will stay dry today and you can get out and enjoy the outdoors. I'm going to go and grab a hoover to get rid of all of this and a mop. So it'll be nice and clean for you all tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you then. Take care, have a lovely day, bye.